Children, now we will study the story of human evolution, how human being has been evolved from an ape, that will be discussed in this chapter. Now these are the sources upon which we have based our chapter. First is fossil, second is stone tool, third is cave painting. There are no other written sources available with the help of which we can reconstruct the history of early man. Fossil is the most important sources which have been recovered from various parts of the world, including Africa. Major part is Africa. Stone tools have also been recovered from various sites. Apart from that, when early man developed to an extent, he started painting in the caves where he used to reside. So that is also an important source for the study of early man. This is the skull which we have recovered from the Neanderthal. This is the reconstruction of that human being which have been whose fossil has been recovered from the Neanderthal Valley of Germany. And this is Charles Darwin, who published the theory, The Origin of Species, and the entire chapter of this year that we are discussing now is based on this theory, that is Origin of Species. Now we come to know about the early man from the fossils. Now what are the fossils? Fossils are the remains of very old plant or living organism that turned into the rock due to the long period of time of their burial. With the passage of time, they have become the part of the rock, and now we are recovering them to know about the early man. Now discovery of Neanderthal man, that I have already shown you through a video, that this discovery was mainly done by Karl Farroth, who was a school master as well as natural historian of the Neanderthal Valley of Germany. He played an important role in the discovery of Neanderthal man. That was the first discovery in the direction of and discovery of early man and how he was originated. Now there were two theories, and there are two theories, that divine theory and scientific theory. Divine theory tells us that the human being is of divine origin, which is written in Bible and some other mythological books. The scientific theory, which has been propounded by Charles Darwin and some other scientists, that early man has been originated from an ape who was found in Africa. Now what is species? Species is a group of organisms that can breed to produce fertile offspring, which is also given on the right side of your book. Member of one species cannot mate with those of the other species to produce fertile offspring. It means the member of one species can mate with each other. They cannot mate with the species of the other and can produce fertile offspring, like man and monkey and ape belong to the same species. The same way, like cat, tiger and lion belong to the same species. Now these are the different stages of the development of early man. First of all, primate appeared on this earth 36 MYA. MYA stands for million years ago. Hominoids evolved around 24 million years ago. Hominids emerged around 5.6 million years ago. And modern human being originated about 1,60,000 years ago.
To the ends of the earth to find it.
Now, who were primates and what were their features? Primates were the subgroup of a large group of animals, mammals. This include apes, monkeys and humans, and they were having some characteristics, like they were having hair on their body. They were having mammary glands among females to feed their babies, offsprings. A long gestation period means they have to look after their baby for a long time as compared to other animals. And different types of teeth were found in the primates. Ability to maintain a constant body temperature. These were the characteristics of the primates. Now, hominoid, which has been originated from a primate, it is a subgroup of primates that appeared on this planet 24 million years ago, and it includes apes and humans. It was having smaller brain size, larger body, longer period of infant development, and dependency means long gestation period. It was also quadrupeds. It means it used to walk on 4 feet. It was not the bipedal. Now what is hominid? Hominid was an advanced version of hominoid which developed from the hominoid itself, but Hominid was having a larger brain size as compared to the hominoid. It was having upright posture. Now it could walk on 2 feet as compared to the hominoid who used to walk on 4 feet. And it was having larger brain size, smaller teeth, and smaller jaws. And it was also having specialization of hand, which was not available in the hominoid. So overall, we can say that hominids, which originated from the hominoid, was an advanced version. Now these are the two pictures, one of Australopithecus and second is Homo. Australopithecus, which is also called as the southern ape. Austral means southern because the fossil of Australopithecus was obtained from the South Africa, that's why it is called the southern ape. And the Homo, which was more advanced than Australopithecus. So there is a lot of difference between Australopithecus and Homo. Australopithecus was walking on the 4 feet and its body was more specialized to live on the trees. As compared to the Australopithecus, Homo was having bipedal locomotion and its body was more suitable to live in the plain area. So when the forest cover was reduced, Australopithecus could not adapt himself according to the situation and it got destroyed. As a result, Homo was left out to live in the plain area because he was more adapted to the plain area. Now, what was the positive feedback mechanism? This is a mechanism which tells us that when a positive change took place in one part of the body, it results to the similar changes in other parts of the body. Like when early man started to walk on 2 feet, when he became bipedal, so his hands were freed and now he can use those hands to carry his infant baby. Secondly, he can also use the tools with those hands and he can better protect himself from the predators. And due to the bipedal locomotion, his height was now increased, so he was having a longer surveillance, so he can look at the enemy from a long distance. As a result, he could protect himself in a better way than the previous time. So this was the benefit. When he started using the tools with freed hands, so tool making requires a complex process to be kept in mind. So due to the tool making, his brain size also developed, and due to the development in brain size, now he can make better tools. So in this way we can see that one development in one part of the body led to the development to the other parts of the body, and this is all known as positive feedback mechanism. That's all for today.